So you've made the decision to buy a house and you're sitting down and you're talking to your realtor and you're discussing all the particulars of what it is that you're looking for. And your realtor asks you, so what type of property are you looking for? Do you want a townhome? Do you want a detached property? Or do you want a condo? And then you tell your realtor that you really can't decide because you don't know what they are. Now, as a real estate agent, I can't make that decision for you, but I can help you understand the differences of all those types of properties.
This one for all of y'all and y'all and y'all and y'all and y'all and y'all.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Real Estate Vince, bringing you back for another one of my videos. And today we're going to be talking about the differences between an apartment, a condo, a townhome, and a detached property. So one of the more common questions that I get is, what's the difference between a condo and an apartment? And to be honest with you, it's really just ownership, okay? So if you take a building with a bunch of smaller units, everyone knows what an apartment is, okay? When you have an apartment, you have one person or one company who owns all of those apartments, and essentially you have to sign a lease, okay, for an X amount of time and all that good stuff. When it comes to a condo and you take that big property and you have all those individual units within the property, every one of those units is owned by a different person. So if you were to buy a condo, you would own that one unit within the huge unit. Now, when it comes to your responsibilities, if you were to be in an apartment and something were to happen on the inside, your property manager would have to come in there and fix whatever is wrong. But if you have a condo, you actually have an ownership interest in the property. So anything that happens on the inside of that condo, you're responsible for. Typically speaking, condos come with HOAs, and depending on your HOA, you might have some common areas that they'll take care of, but you don't have to worry about cutting the grass or anything like that. The only difference between a townhome and a detached property is one is detached and the other one is not. Okay, with a detached property, you can find yourself still with an HOA or not an HOA, but you're going to have a yard. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to be responsible for that yard, and you're going to be responsible for repairs on the inside and the outside of the property, opposed to a townhome to where you're mainly just responsible for whatever happens on the inside. Now, another common question that I get is, what's the difference between a condo and a townhouse? And the difference is basically how they look. A condo looks more like an apartment. A townhouse actually looks more like a house. Now, when it comes to a townhouse, you pretty much have a neighbor either on the left or on the right. But with a condo, you're surrounded about every direction. The only place where you don't have a neighbor is where your front door is, and depending on how your condo is set up, you may actually have somebody right across from you. Now, when it comes to what your responsibilities are, depending on your HOA, if you have a townhome, or also, let me add, some people actually call townhomes row houses, because if you look at it, it's a long house, and you have a house to your left, or you have a house to your right, and it continues to go in a row. So depending on where you're from in the country, or even in the planet, townhomes could also mean row houses. But when it comes to the ownership is the same. The HOA is the same. Every HOA is different, but for the most part, your responsibilities remain the same. But you might have a yard that belongs to you as opposed to a condo when it comes to buying a townhome. Hey guys, that does it for this video. Very short, very quick to the point. Hope you guys understand some of the differences of those terms now, and I'll see you guys next time, all right?
This one for